Vescaa Automotive is a sponsor here on the channel, and they actually provided me with some carbon fiber seat backs, so I've got a video on that install if you need a DIY. But today we're actually going to be installing a skid guard from Vescaa on the underside of the car here. So basically what BMW doesn't do on the underside of the car is give you protection to your oil cooler for some reason. They do have kind of a skid plate underneath there, but the entire oil cooler is exposed. And with the new one here from Vescaa, we're going to be helping provide a little bit of coverage on that. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the package here from Vescaa, show you guys what we have, and show you what the install process is like. All right, so as you guys can see here, I've got the car jacked up on one side just to be able to get under to the other side here, but I wanted to show you guys the new parts from Vescaa. And so again, this is going to help protect the oil cooler and provide a little bit of coverage. So the cool thing about this is that it's full carbon fiber, so it's going to have that nice bling factor. For the mechanics that may see the other side of this car, it's 99% of the time going to just be me, but I wanted to show you guys this. What's cool about this is that it's a matte carbon finish, so just look at the details. So you guys, this is basically a work of art, and it's a real shame that no one's really going to see this since it's on the underside of the car, but this is just absolutely stunning. It does have this matte carbon finish to it, which is really cool, and it still has, you know, access here to get proper airflow, so it does have all of the necessary, you know, little inlets there, but it's going to provide some extra coverage because, you know, this side, where the main part of the oil cooler is totally exposed on the other side, which I'll show you here in a minute. But just wanted to show you guys what the new one from Vescaa looks like. It's got all of the same OEM mounting points. Everything's pre-drilled, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Beautiful. All right, so just underside here of the car, you can see that the entire oil cooler is completely exposed. It does have kind of like this plastic you know, guard underneath here that helps protect some things. It goes all the way back down here, back to this central jacking point right here. It goes all the way around the entire thing here. So we're going to remove this whole thing and provide some better coverage to the oil cooler because, you know, road debris and all kinds of stuff can get up in here and just completely smash this. So why BMW left this completely open, I'm not really sure, but we're gonna go ahead and change that in today's video. So it's nice having the Vescaa one here on the floor. That way I can actually see which, you know, screws I need to remove. It should be all OEM, same OEM mounting areas, so I should be able to figure this out pretty easily. And underneath the car, in terms of the screws, it should be 8mm, but your car may have 10s. BMW had some supply chain issues during COVID and things like that. So since I'm using the Vescaa as a guide, I'm going to start here in the back. There's basically these 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to start with those, and mine are actually going to be 10s. So yeah, mine's a 2023, and all of these screws underneath there are 10mm, just FYI. So again, I'm starting here in the back. So you don't need a lift or anything for this. You can literally just put it up on a jack stand, what have you. We're just going to take each one of these out in little sections here. So got all that back here, and I'm going to go down the sides up here. Then I went ahead and took out one here in the center pocket, one over there in that center pocket, and now I'm going to back up a little bit and start here towards the front. So this one, and then there's several of them up at the front. It should not be blocking anything. If you've got a giant lip, then maybe you are blocking, so you may have to remove your front lip, but my lip is pretty small, so I don't have to remove anything other than the actual current skid plate itself. So I'm gonna go here and then all the way down the line.
So I'm basically moving this first little piece here. I think it's kind of in my way. So I'll move that one out of the way for a minute. And you'll see that we have to move 1, 2, 3, these couple up here in the front that are by my lip. But the lip, I don't think, has to come off. Alright, so we should be able to squeeze this out of here now, I believe. There we go. Just navigate it out of the way. Here we go. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the OEM, which is this cheap, flimsy plastic with no protection here by the oil cooler, and we have the new Vescaa one here, which looks way cooler. And it does have these little fins here that do stick out to allow for some airflow. Same thing back here. Got some little fins, whereas the OEM one doesn't have that. This is more rigid as well, so it's not this thin, flimsy material. I mean, you saw me able to bend it and kind of get it out of there. This one is way more, you know, thick and way more durable as well. So there are like metal versions of these as well, but this one I think is gonna be sufficient for, you know, we've got really great roads around where I live, so I don't anticipate having a problem, but it is helping add a little bit of protection for the oil cooler. The weave on here is absolutely fantastic. Again, it has this matte carbon finish to it, so looks super cool. I love this. And it's full carbon, so it's really lightweight as well. But here's the back side, just so you have an idea of what to expect on the back. It is full carbon, no overlays or anything like that. Really nice. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna actually transfer over these plastic little pieces, the OEM ones, over to the Vescaa, because that's how we're gonna screw it in. And so I'm literally just kind of spreading this a little bit apart and transferring it directly over onto the Vescaa. So super easy to come right out, no problem. And they fit perfectly, just as they would on an OEM piece. So that's the great thing about this, is that it should fit exactly like OEM. I don't need to modify anything at all. And we're ready to reinstall. Alright, reinstall process should be the exact same thing, just opposite. And we need to just fit this right underneath here, under the bumper, just as we had before. There we go. Things should line up pretty much seamlessly. And we can get a couple screws in here. So what I'm going to do is get a couple of them started here. Line this up as best as possible. Not going to go super crazy tight. Just want to get it up here, just so I don't have to hold it. That's kind of the key here. Get it up there, then we can fine tune it. There we go, just so I don't have to hold it. Get a couple up. Again, keep it loose because I need to push it over a little bit. So I don't want to tighten it all down yet. Get things straight and aligned. Make sure all my holes are lined up here. And I can get a couple in. All right, guys, this is the final product. Everything is nicely secured in there. All the screws are back in. Just make sure that you tighten all of them, or leave them all loose. Put them all in, leave them loose so that way you can adjust if you need to. Make sure all the holes align, and then make sure you go ahead and tighten all of them. All right, guys, that just about wraps it up for the Vescaa oil cooler guard that goes underneath the car. Huge thanks to Vescaa once again. I'll have a link in the video description below if you want to order one of these, as well as anything else, carbon fiber seat backs. They've got tons of different products for your G80, G82, things like that. So yeah, huge thanks to them. And yeah, let them know I sent you. There will also be a discount code in the video description below if you want to take advantage of that and save yourself some money. But if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Stay tuned for more. We got lots coming.